Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the game Thymesia, an action RPG that released in 2022 from the publisher Team 17, best known for the games Worms, Worms Armageddon, Worms 3D, Worms Reloaded, and Worms WMD. Presents Thymesia, a Bloodborne-like where you play as a plague doctor who has amnesia. It released a few years ago despite looking like a game that came out for the PlayStation 3 way back in 2007. That's not even a dig at the graphics, more a dig at how much they used the color brown. But that's enough dogging on the game that was probably made by a studio of like 12 people. How does it play? Well, the gameplay is interesting, I'll say. It borrows heavily from Bloodborne. While the core combat feels a little janky at times, it has the bones of some solid ideas. Enemies have two health pools. One takes damage from your regular weapon, and the other takes damage from your plague weapon. This adds an extra rhythm to combat, and is an idea I like a lot. Unfortunately, the gameplay doesn't feel great, even with the two-weapon system. The game ends up feeling like you're stuck in the same loop. 3 light attacks and 1 heavy attack per every standard enemy. If you can even manage to get to them before they start passively healing. I think my biggest hang-up is that if you're going to borrow so heavily from another game, why not bring over the mechanic that made it Bloodborne and not Dark Souls? The rally mechanic where Bloodborne pushes you to be aggressive by regaining your health on every successful hit. It made every combat encounter have a frantic rhythm and is kinda essential to the gameplay you were inspired by. Through Thymesia's own skill tree system, I thought I unlocked the ability to rally. The health regained per enemy kill was so abysmal, I'm not really sure what they were going for. And in a boss fight, it becomes an absolute meaningless mechanic altogether. Thymesia, at the very least, could have given me the same health regen they gave every single enemy in the game. You know, if they couldn't legally do the rally system. The boss fights, which games like these are kind of built around, were more tedious than fun. Even after learning a moveset, they just take way too long to defeat. Between 3 health bars that are longer than they need to be, the passive health regen makes bosses feel like the definition of a bullet sponge enemy. I know I sound harsh, especially since Thymesia is the first game Border Studio has made. I just feel like there's a lot of potential in this game. Thymesia just didn't reach its own peaks, so it was really easy to focus on the game's valleys. There are positives that make me hopeful for a follow-up from the studio, however. The level design I liked a lot. I really think they nailed the interconnection and shotgun-driven design of From Software. I even enjoyed having to find keys in sections to open locked doors. Lends itself well to the rewards of exploration. And as much as I jokingly hated on the graphics, I do get what they were going for, with it being a plague-infested world. And having leveling be a mix of stats and a skill tree is an engaging system. One where you want to see what skill is up around the corner, instead of just mindlessly pumping up one stat. My final thoughts on Thymesia. There are a lot of good ideas here. However, I feel like it's a big swing that ends up as a miss. The core gameplay lacking any fun factor, I don't think I can recommend this to anyone unless they love Bloodborne and are dying for a sequel. I think if this game studio sticks with this franchise and makes a follow-up, they could knock it out of the park. You gotta think, From Software's 4th Souls title was Bloodborne, so maybe Border Studios should have attempted Demon Souls first. Even if I didn't personally click with this one, doesn't mean you won't. The game is $29.99 and it is also currently on PlayStation Plus if you want to try it for yourself. Alright, that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching as always. If you want to see more reviews like this one, I have 2 previous on the channel that I'll link below. Hope to see you next time. Same bunny time, same bunny channel.